Audience.
You have.
All right, are we ready?
Sure.
Okay. Smoke rolls off the mountain. Coated in sulfur and ashes, the two hobbits crawl up the volcano. Bursts of fire and sparks shatter down on their heads. But the journey has been so long. If only they might take another moment of rest. But Samwise Gamgee knows too much more rest will not make things any easier. His poor Mr. Frodo can't take but much more. Heaving his pack and his friends up as well, he staggers up to his feet. Sam looked at him and wept in his heart, but no tears came to his dry, stinging eyes. "I'd said I'd carry him if it broke my back," he muttered. "And I will. Come, Mr. Frodo," he cried. "I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you, and it is well. So you get up. Come on, Mr. Frodo, dear. Sam will give you a ride. Just tell him where to go, and he'll go." Have you ever heard of the character Samwise Gamgee from the series written by J.R.R. Tolkien? If you have, and if you haven't, doesn't matter. Today I'll be speaking on a person who has impacted my life in a manner reflecting the character of Samwise, focusing on the characteristics and traits that make him who he is, and how he is the best dad on Middle-earth.
Yeah, but I feeling pretty uncomfortable right now.
Born March 11th, a good number of years ago, Mark Timothy Eckler entered the world. With blonde hair, blue eyes, and a scrunchy voice, he was the third child of Don and Lois Eckler. As a kid growing up, his family moved many different places, but eventually settled down and lived in Houghton, New York. Never one to stay outdoors, he was always outside playing with his dog or shooting his bow. Math was not his specialty. My grandpa, a math teacher and textbook salesman, eventually gave up trying to teach him anything beyond the multiplication tables. Although he might not have been book smart, he taught himself how to play soccer and played on a team that traveled to many different countries. He also learned how to make his own traditional archery bows and shoot them with accuracy. He was the life of the party at college, although that took him twice as long to graduate as it should have. Inviting friends over to his apartment, they would have pancake parties or would set up a game of soccer in the quad. Finally settling on a girl with a spitfire attitude and who did very well in school, he married my mom. Winding up in a white house with water that floods the property every spring, they started a family, and along came his two daughters, Michael and Rachel Eckler. My dad is a man of many passions. He knows what he likes, and he knows what he doesn't like. For instance, never put cinnamon in his chili. He loves to read and has taught my sister and I to love it as well, especially his favorite series, Lord of the Rings. Always doing things outdoor, he is a great hunter. He also lives to visit the Adirondack Mountains and camp in Moose River Plains. Part of the reason why my mom fell in love with him was because of the awesome dogs he has. Never without a furry friend by his side, he has owned spaniels and beagles. My dad and I share a love for history, and he has astounded me with his knowledge about World War II fighter planes, tanks, and battles. Along with being a great historian, he is also an excellent physical education teacher. Knowing from high school what he wanted to do, even though it took him a little bit longer to figure it out, he persevered and taught for over 30 years. Part of what makes my dad amazing to me is his faith. I cannot remember a morning that has gone by where he has missed reading his Bible. Constantly reminding me and my sister to be thankful in all circumstances, 1 Thessalonians 5:18, he says that there is always something to be thankful for. Serving in our church, he is the first one to volunteer for the dirty work, like helping with tree removal or washing up the mounds of dishes on the counter. My dad has impacted my life so much. He has taught me to be tough and resilient. He has taught me to put others above myself. He has taught me to pursue my passions. He has taught me to love God. Part of what makes my dad special to me is the way that he encourages and teaches me. He is the one who instructed me how to hunt or how to make the perfect roasted marshmallow. He is the one who has told me to follow my dreams in showing dogs, telling me life lessons that he has learned and how I should not make similar mistakes. I pursue his wisdom and seek his advice on what to do. As written in the book by J.R.R. Tolkien, Return of the King, the character Samwise is a good reflection of the character of my dad. In the scene I read at the beginning of my presentation, my dad represents Sam in the way that he helps me. Hoisting me onto his back, he carries me through the hard times. While some people don't have the best dad in the world, I am proud of the one that was given to me. I'm not sure what I would be like today if I didn't have such an amazing father to call my own. I have so much to work on to even become close to what my dad is. But it is a process that I will just keep plugging away on because it is a great goal to achieve. Honestly, I could talk about my dad all day long because I have only scratched the surface of part of who he is. I could tell of his loves, such as pizza, making knives, kombucha, watching ridiculous YouTube videos, Louis L'Amour books, or the things that he doesn't like as much, such as romance novels, soap operas, liver and onions, wearing ties. But I only have so much time. Yes, he is an interesting man when you meet him, and even further if you really know him. But this is just part of what makes him the best dad on Middle Earth. Thank you.